This episode of Geek Beat is brought to you by Domain.com. Let's talk live streaming. It's one of the hottest things you can do online these days. It's also one of the most fun things you can do because the real-time live interaction with viewers, it's just addicting. We do it every week on Geek Beat Live, and nothing gives us the pro look and makes it super easy like NewTek's TriCaster 850 Extreme. I'm Callie Lewis. Welcome to Geek Beat. I've been using TriCasters for years. Every single version they come out with totally outdoes the others. Our producer and editor, Dave Curley, has been using NewTek products for even longer, though. And now, to tell you all about it, the one, the only, Dave Curley. Oh gosh.
Sorry, having a little fun over here. Thank you for that lovely introduction. Yes, I have been using NewTek products since the early 90s, 1991 when I went to college. We were using the video toaster from NewTek to handle all of our production in the radio and television department. And I'll tell you, it really impressed me then, and now 20 years later I'm using the TriCasters, and I'm just blown away. These things are absolutely fantastic. Back to you, Callie.
Well, thank you. There are a variety of different TriCaster options, starting with the Studio, going to the 300 series, the 400 series, and now the 800. But today, we're focusing on the 850 Extreme.
Right, which is basically a broadcast studio in a box. And in the box that it is in is about the size of a boot box. It's absolutely amazing. We can switch cameras live. For example, I'm going to go to you on that camera. Here goes camera 2, camera 1, camera 3. We can cut back over here to me. We can do all that. We can add in all kinds of graphics as we have need. We can add in video. We can do all kinds of great things. We can even throw in some titles. Let me cut back to you and we'll say, there we go, Callie Lewis with GeekBeat TV. And we can do all of that at broadcast quality and with one primary operator, yours truly.
So obviously you've seen us using some of the features, the camera switching. Now it has 8 different camera inputs. Now that's actually video inputs. It doesn't necessarily mean those have to be cameras. They can also be DVDs.
Right.
They can also be DigiBeta decks, whatever they use. That seems like an old term.
Exactly. We can not only use the DigiBeta decks and all that other stuff, we can also use network sources. So
like my computer.
Exactly, or my computer, because I won't let yours touch it.
No.
No, we can use, NewTek has this app called IVGA, which lets us run a computer as a video source. For example, here we are on this camera now. I can switch over to my computer screen.
Nice.
And you can see there's our script. And then using an iOS device and AirPlay, we can also...
UFOs!
There you go. So we've got
on
video.
YouTube.
Exactly. So as you can see, it is multifunctional. We can have sources coming from everything.
I love that. One of the things that you can also do is add lower thirds. These are the, get your head out of the way.
I'm sorry, yes, there.
These are where you can give more information about your guests, people's names, their websites. People really like credit when they're on camera.
Exactly, and one of the cool things about the TriCaster is it comes with a piece of software called Live Text, which allows us to add in our own graphics, add in our own titling, and basically control everything from within the TriCaster's interface. And when you're in a live broadcast situation, you can actually run live text on another computer.
Nice.
So that a third person can basically be doing all the titling that's necessary as the stories are rolling, just like on cable and broadcast news.
Very nice. I like the control.
Very much.
One of the things we do on Geek Beat Live is add a lot of images and video assets because the more visual you can make something, the more effective it is.
Right.
But Dave, I'm not really sure how all that works because from my perspective in front of the camera, it just looks like magic.
It is. That's what we do back here. We make magic happen in NewTek. Lets us make magic. It's great.
NewTek makes magic.
That's all I have to say about that. No, actually, that's all happening through our DDR channels.
What does Dance Dance Revolution have to do with TriCaster?
It's not Dance Dance Revolution. It's a digital disc recorder, which is kind of like a big virtual rack of video players. So we can put in video, audio, still images, and use them in the broadcast as necessary. So if, let's say, you're doing a story on something really, really cool, as you're talking about that cool thing, I can start playing video.
Awesome. awesome. That really helps make a broadcast. So
Yes.
we got to keep moving it along.
Okay.
We've got a lot to cover. Let's go with audio.
Yeah, so one of the things that NewTek has done in this rev of the TriCaster software is given us direct control of the audio on a per clip basis. So here we have a video clip in one of our DDR channels. If I want to have the audio level up or down on this clip, I can just make that adjustment on that clip. So if I don't want audio on one clip, but on all the others, I can just mute that one clip. I love being able to fine tune the audio like that on a per clip basis. It's very handy.
Absolutely.
One of the other things that they've given us is on a per channel basis, we have an equalizer.
Okay.
So that we can kind of shape the sound, the highs, the lows, things like
Sure.
that. We've also got a compressor and a limiter.
Oh, so if I start out really soft and go,
Right, exactly. We can have
then
that
it's gonna
consistent audio
not kill
going across the whole
everybody.
thing. And we can do it on each individual channel,
Okay.
which again gives us that pro quality audio in our broadcast here. I think basically the only thing that this is lacking, and for all I know they may be working on this, I don't know,
Sure.
is maybe like a USB mixer,
Okay.
where we can actually control each individual channels.
So you have that separate here physically
Yeah.
as opposed to in this interface.
Yeah, I would like for them to make that.
Yeah.
Because we have this fantastic console for doing all of our switching. I can run everything with the exception of actually going in and typing in titles. I can do everything on here, not have to use a keyboard. I would love to be able to not use my mouse and not have to rely on the soft interface for the audio. I would like to be able just to click buttons and run sliders.
Well, that makes sense. So one of the things that people may not realize is that you can record each input separately.
Right.
So, for example, if somebody were to mess up, you might be able to re-edit later.
Who messes up?
Not you.
Not me. No, it's perfect every single time.
But that is a very handy thing. And you can also record different versions. Like you can have the live one that you're doing with all the lower thirds
Right.
and with all the chroma keying, but one in the background without any graphics in it whatsoever.
Exactly. And one of the things that's really neat is that the TriCaster case comes with multiple hard drive bays, and they're hot swappable bays.
Ah, yes.
So we can record, say, a version from every single camera that's coming into the board, and a program stream, and a clean version, and we can put as many hard drives as we need in there to do that. And we can record to multiple formats. So we can record to QuickTime, to MPEG, to whatever's needed. And we can do a completely transparent one if we wanted. It's really cool.
Okay, well, that is a lot to take in. So we're going to let you digest while we kick off to commercial break and thank the sponsors that make all of this happen. So when we come back, Ken Tran, our engineer, is going to be going over green screens. Well, you're going to need a website so you can share all this awesome content you produce with the TriCaster. Domain.com is the place to register your domain name. Top 3 reasons to get it there? Well, 3, it's a one-stop shopping and one of the best prices out there. 2, on-site customer support and world-class infrastructure so they can handle your heavy traffic. 1, they love you guys. They have a discount for GeekBeat viewers. Coupon code Callie at domain.com will get you 15% off your purchase. When you think of domain names, think domain.com and coupon code Callie. Welcome back. I've moved over to the Livid Lobster green screen set now. The TriCaster has a built-in chroma key system that lets us remove the green and put me on a virtual set. I could be in Hawaii on a beach, or in Egypt at a pyramid, or at a fake conference, or bouncing around on the moon. Ken, show them how it's done.
The keying is pretty easy. All you have to do is select the eyedropper here, drag it over to your green screen, and let go. And now you have a perfectly keyed screen. Now note that we have a little bit of a shadow here from where our screen cuts off. All you have to do is crop it off by using a little cropper slider, and there you go. Now you have a perfectly keyed screen, and that's all you have to do. And you can put on any type of background with a virtual set, such as this one.
All right, one thing to remember when you use virtual sets is to make sure that the lighting is set so that it closely resembles the lighting on the picture or the set that you're using. That'll make it look more realistic. That is about it for now. There is a lot more to the Extreme, but at least this will get you started. Again, there are so many options, so be sure to take a look at what fits your purposes best. And you don't have to use this thing just for live streaming. We also use it for pre-recorded content. Let us know if you have any questions. Dave and Ken will be happy to help guide you in the right direction. At Dave Curley and at Ken Tran. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Callie Lewis. Bye-bye. Magic.
No, actually, we're using our DDR channels to do that.
What?
DDR is.
You should say, what does Dan?